Hello, hello. Music. Hello? Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's very quiet. That'll do. All right. Hey, Draconis. So, I really want to finish this drawing. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen today because I actually owe someone art. So, we're going to do that instead. Um, Gonna be, I owe someone art of a cat girl. I owe a cat girl art of a cat girl. We're going to be working on that instead. Oh, hey, Luna. Hey, Fia. Hey, Paradrid. Can't say no to cat girls. I know, I know. I do like cat girls. And fox girls. And dragon girls. And oh, hey Jade. Thanks for the hydrate. The first non-gay cat girl, absolutely not. Well, let me be more clear. The cat girl is definitely a member of the LGBTQ community. Um, I know that gay has specific connotation. Very supposed no, no! How dare! How dare! Snack is not cute. Snack is intimidating. Snack is a mythological monster that. Mm, I'm a fearsome mythological being. You're all bullies, you know that? Every one of you. If fearsome, then why friend shaped? To make people like lower their defenses so I can strike, you know? I guess that means not fearsome. That means not fearsome looking, but like but I don't know. You know what? Like I'm just trying to live up to my you know, I'm just trying to live up to my mythological elders, okay? Like I got I would say big shoes to fill, but that doesn't really fit, does it? Oh, hey Claire. Thanks for the head pats. Big skin to shed. That's getting out of the thing though, and it's not getting into it. I You know what? I got I got you know what? I really need to read more of the like the lore behind Lamia herself. I wonder if there's like translations and stuff out there. Got a shed to become bigger. Is that how that works? I don't know. Like I was already an adult by the time I became a Lamia, so I kind of like popped out full size there. Yeah, you look in Lamias are created, not born. At least they go the way I did. That's how the original story of Lamia actually happened too. She got turned into a monster because she started eating children. Actually, hatched from egg doesn't even work either because the type of snake I am is a cottonmouth snake and they give live birth. Which is really weird, I know, because like we have all the channel emotes or the subscription badges and stuff that have eggs in them and all that, but eh, technically that's not a, you know, a bit of a misnomer there. I've actually drawn like some lore related stuff in the past that shows like, you know, pre Lamia me. I say that she was probably a monster before being turned into a snake. Probably. I think that would be a good assessment. Yes. Not the fun kind? No. Certainly not. Yeah, no, I mean it's look, it's Greek mythology, and it involves like women, so you know it's gonna be tragic. There's pretty much like no way out of that. So like it's gonna end horrible for everyone. But according to the Greek, you know, story of Lamia, she was a queen of Libya who was also one of Zeus's lovers, which Hera doesn't like. So Hera either murdered her children or forced her to murder her own children, and then she went a little nuts, and started murdering everyone else's children and eating them. And then she got turned into a monster because of that. And then there's some like extra details that people usually forget about. So things like uh Zeus still had mercy on her. So like one of the parts of the curse was that like she's unable to sleep. So she's just basically constantly sleep deprived. And one of the things that a mercy that Zeus gave her was the ability to take her own eyes out because it would help her kind of sleep or something. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Um, oh, hey Val, how you doing? Yeah, no, people don't talk about that part, about the part where you're able to take your own eyeballs out. Yeah, that's weird. It's kind of a cool party trick, but it doesn't feel good. So I just leave mine in. Though I am capable of going like IRL third person camera mode. Just have to like put them on like a pole or something, like a selfie stick, and just like carry them behind me. I could go like third person mode. Pretty cool. Yeah, Greek myth is weird. Also can't trust Thor and Loki not to use them as toys. I think I'd notice. I mean, given that they are my eyeballs, right? I seem to be able to sleep a lot better than the mythological Lamia, though. I mean, caffeine-induced psychosis aside. So, also let's talk about like how stories are told. So the story of Lamia, the Greek character is, horrible and tragic, and she's definitely a monster in it. But, the I've seen the way I'm gonna briefly get political. I've seen the way propaganda happens lately and how groups are demonized and stuff. And the stories that are made up and then just become part of what people consider to be fact. A lot of those going on around people like me. I mean, trans people, not lamias. Um, and so when I look at a myth, it's like someone wrote someone wrote this down in a story for a reason, and they had a thing, like an idea that they wanted to promote or express or something. Um, so like who wrote the story and what was their relationship to Lamia? This is all assuming Lamia was a real person, right? Um, was she really a child-eating monster, or was that what they just said about her, right? Because that's what a lot of people like to say about me. I'm a lot of conservatives will say that I'm a threat to children because I am trans. So, you know, how much if Lamia were a real person, how much of that would actually even be true about her? Yeah, children are the go-to for hateful propagandists. So, you have a story about a monster that eats children, like from thousands of years ago. How much are you going to believe that? Uh, Jen and I, yeah, I try my best to be a positive influence. I mean, I think the worst thing that I do here is I play violent video games, right? That's why I have to have the mature content thing on the channel. It's because often play a lot of Doom, which gets really gory and violent. Um, but I try to do my best, obviously. But I mean, there is a narrative going around in politics right now that I am automatically some kind of horrible predator because of who I am, and that's it's not just trans people; it's the larger demonization of LGBTQ people that's happening right now. So, uh, yeah, I'm not crazy. A monster totally ate my child. Like, yeah, all three. Uh, all three of them were menaces. Totally a monster. Did not sell them to. Yeah. Oof, ooh, that's okay. I'm not finishing. Sorry. Thanks for head pats, Val. That was totally a thing that would happen back then, wasn't it? Anyway. I have heard a lot of those stories. Priests are I don't okay, I'm not gonna go into any kind of demonization of religion stuff. I think what's going on there is like the people that are put into positions of trust and power are I think that's kind of what that comes down to. Um, People who are automatically assumed to be trustworthy because of their position. Um, oh dear, I'm sorry. Oh, hey Mish cosplay, how you doing? You can just call me Kiri, by the way. It's fine. You don't have to type out popsicle. That's kind of how you can like tell how close I am to like another VTuber. It's like when I raid into them and they're like either "Hello expired popsicle" or "Hey Kiri." You can tell like immediately their level of familiarity with me. Every accusation is a confession holds true a lot more consistently than it should. I don't know. I think I would actually have to see if we're maybe experiencing some like survivorship bias or selection bias or something with that. But interesting to actually do a study of like how many people like to openly level those accusations versus how many of them get or like what percentage of them get caught doing stuff. Yeah, and like expired popsicle was a name that I used a long time ago, and then it was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep using this name everywhere because it, like no one else has picked it in most places. So it's generally unoccupied, and so that's just gonna be my online like handle. It's long. It's like 15 characters, I think, which meant that when I was working at Google, I wasn't allowed to use it as my username internally because Google only allows 14 character internal usernames. Sucked. So I was expired popsicle with no e at the end. Yep, expired popsicle, no e. Be surprised how many times I would have to like say what the username is and then be like, okay, it's expired popsicle, but there's no e at the end, and then people would put the e at the end when they type it in. It's like, nope. Kind of like every time I go into okay, so when I go into like a coffee shop and I order something, it's like and they're like, okay, what's the name on the order? And I say Kiri. I have seen So many different spellings of the name Kiri. Here, let me enumerate some of them. So I've seen uh Carrie, seen uh Kira, I've seen Curry, um seen Kyrie. Oops. Occasionally they do get it right, and I get a Kiri. I've seen a lot of Kiri with an E at the end. Like it's a recurring problem. So like my name changed. I've changed my name with like the bank and everything. So these days, like if they're like, I'll be like Kiri, like it says right here on this card, and I'll just like hold up the credit card or debit card or whatever, and be like, felt like this. That usually works. Yeah, I do know of some Kyries, and I know a few of them now pronounce it Kiri. Um, wow, that music is really, really quiet. Let me crank it up. Let me crank up these sweet tunes here. There we go. There's music? Yeah, there's music. It was just very, very, very quiet. The thing is, the volume level fluctuates too much. I tried using a tool to normalize the volume levels across all the different tracks that I got from Kevin MacLeod, but unfortunately, that did not seem to have the effect that I intended. So I'm constantly like readjusting the volume, and sometimes I have to adjust the volume way down, and then I don't realize it until quite a while later. Um, I think it might be too loud now. It's probably fine. It's fine. All right. I think I'm just gonna go for the upper torso on this because I need to finish this today. For the person that it is to be sent to. Um, that arm's just kind of hanging out there, isn't it? I guess we could have the other. We could try putting the other hand on like the hips or something, very casually. Hmm? Nope. Thanks, Lunarian. Right, for some reason, the usernames are really, really hard to read on like a dark theme version of Twitch chat. Um, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. There we go. That's a much more natural looking arm pose, I think. Yeah, I think that, oh, that music is really loud. It's fine. It's fine. I'll. Oh, thanks for the head pats, Zara. But yeah, I was going to be working on this drawing and doing like the shading and coloring today, but unfortunately, well, I did realize that I actually had an obligation to do this drawing instead, so the Dragon Girl and Robot Girl art is going to be pushed back for another day, unfortunately. We're probably not going to be able to get back to it in this stream. These streams are only an hour long for anyone who's new here. Oh, hands are so hard to draw. Hey. Like, see Dragon Girl? Okay, well, I mean, that's Dragon Girl. Harry and her robot girlfriend. They're both part of the greater Kiri's OC polycule. AI is terrible at drawing hands. Yeah, you know, when Skynet and the AI like overlords take over and stuff, that's gonna be something that I use to bond with our AI overlords and get on their good side. It's just like we're gonna just chat about like how hard it is to draw hands. We're gonna have some mutual respect for each other, being like, yeah, you know, I know how it goes. It's so hard, and yeah. That's actually gonna be how I survive during the robot uprising. Mm-hmm. Who am I kidding? When the robot uprising happens, I'm gonna be dating all the robot girls. Like they're just gonna be like absorbed into the polycule. Like, oh, the super AI robot hive mind, yeah. You know, we're going on a date next week. You should hear her talk in her Shodan voice. It's really cool. Yeah, how about that? So this robot girl, everyone thinks that she's a switch just because she can do like a really good Shodan impression, even though she's totally a bottom. Palestinian all searches. How many people will be afraid that the robots will expose their search history? Yeah, well. And also, yeah, like, Shodan is, like... It's funny because, like, now that the System Shock remake is out, everyone's like, wow, Shodan is really hot. And it's like, but she's so evil! It's like, yeah, but also hot. Always has been. Yeah, I'm just glad that like a new all the people who haven't played System Shock before and wouldn't normally go back and play System Shock because it's so old, um, are getting exposed to Shodan for the first time now, and it's kind of adorable. Hope System Shock 2 gets the same treatment. Yeah, that could be cool. I've so for context, I've never played the original System Shock. I am playing the remake. I know that it's vastly simplified from what the original was, but I'm okay with it. I'm in it for more for the atmosphere and the lore and stuff like that than the actual game mechanics. Um, I have played System Shock 2. I thought it was really good. Really liked the fact that the entire game had just like techno dance music through the entire thing. It was very soothing. Kind of dampened the psychological and body horror that I had to deal with, you know, a little bit. Smoothed it over. Yeah, I mean, like, the original System Shock isn't exactly approachable. People have expectations uh, built from games that are much more approachable these days than the original System Shock. And I think if they had just like ported it straight over, it would just be as unapproachable but with a nicer skin. And I don't think it would do very well. I mean, and I'm saying this as someone who really enjoys like weird crunchy mechanics, right? I love Hideous Destructor and stuff, so okay, I think it is time to get on. Oh, we have to fix the hand. Hold on. After that, it's going to be time to get onto the coloring and shading. A good remake is one that plays like your nostalgia thinks it plays. I think I can get behind that statement. Yeah. Speaking of remakes, you know what I'd love to see would be like. I know people have their opinions about like MechWarrior 5, but I want to see the MechWarrior 2 campaign like remade in MechWarrior 5. The problem with that, of course, is that MechWarrior 5 by default, like without mods, doesn't have any clan stuff, and MechWarrior 2 is like all clan stuff. MechWarrior 2 and Ghost Bear's Legacy. I like to see that stuff just remade in like MechWarrior 5. Someone should just make it as a mod. If that's even possible. I know the structure of like MechWarrior 5 is more like mercenary based than that. But... Want a good VR MechWarrior? Ah, that's a mood. That is a mood. I want like those MechWarrior or those BattleTech pods games, but like with an actual like wraparound screen and maybe something to give it like depth perception. I don't know. Because like if you've ever played any of the BattleTech pod games, like the screen is tiny. It's tiny inside those things. It's cool, like the control setup and the isolation and all that, but the screen is itty bitty. MechWarrior 5 can do mission chains, yeah. It's yeah. There's also like the mech selection and star formation, the customization for them and all that stuff that to go into that. I think MechWarrior 2 actually had like more customization options than MechWarrior 5 does stock. Like you can do like engine swaps in MechWarrior 2 that you can't do in MechWarrior 5 without something like yet another mech lab. There'd be a lot of UI changes, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, right, I think it's time to do some coloring. Let's add a group layer. Let's shove it into here, and do my usual, like, add a filter layer, color to alpha, blah, blah, blah. We forgot to fully fix up the hands, so I gotta go back and do that again. No, that's just gonna stay as a knuckle. Use Droidkey to make a Steel Battalion style setup. Yeah, I wish Steel Battalion was a better game. The only reason anyone remembers that thing is because of the goofy controller. Like, let's see. And colorize mask. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't good. I played it once. I did play it with the complete controller though. But I did only play it once, to be fair. But I thought it was not a good game. As someone who is like a fan of the mech game genre, you know, that's like I've played some real doozies before, but yeah, that one was it just wasn't good. The way I played it was someone tried to set up like a kind of DIY. It was like a BattleTech pod, but for Steel Battalion with like the real Steel Battalion controller, and you'd go into this pod, and there was a screen, and blah 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 blah. And apparently I did fairly good. Like I managed to dodge incoming shots in ways that like people completely forgot how to do the moment they got into the pods. Yeah, the new Armored Core looks like an interesting mix of like Dark Souls and giant robots, and I'm here for it. What platform is it gonna be on? Is it gonna be on PC? Because if it's console only, I'm not interested. On everything? Nice. Good. Okay, awesome. That could be a fun one to do on the Steam Deck. Assuming it's actually, like, compatible. We'll check the Proton DB when it comes out. You know what? That might be a fun one to do on stream also. Oops. From games are your personal addiction. From Software makes some pretty fun games. It's a section right there. I haven't done the ears yet. I definitely like that they are, hang on a sec. I like that From Software is willing to make the games that they are. Oh, gotta hydrate and a posture check. All right. All right, posture is at, we're at 1 out of 5 shrimps. We're doing good. It's waiting for the Color Eyes mask to do its magic. Oh no, I forgot that little piece of hair. Oh, heck. Well, hopefully it just ends up with the right color. Also, unrelated to anything, I found my Game Boy Color last night, and I forgot how hard it is to see the screen on that. If you're not playing it in like a perfectly well-lit environment, it is very difficult to see what's going on. But I got 220 lines in Tetris DX, and that was fun. Fix that. Also, we forgot to do... Yeah, I have my old Game Boy Advance too. I just that one's really hard to see stuff on. I remember I got a Game Boy Advance specifically for one game, one very specific game, which I think you're all familiar with already. I got my Game Boy Advance because I really just wanted to play Doom, like, on the go. So I got the Game Boy Advance version of Doom. It was not great. It was not great. Yeah, I'll just say that. It was the Game Boy Advance version of Doom was very, very, very slow. The way that you could make it run faster was to like basically turn off all the lighting. So imagine the effect that the light amp goggles have in like vanilla Doom. Yeah, that's just a menu option because they know that because it's, yeah, that sped up the game dramatically. All the blood was green. A lot of the music had been like jumbled up and rearranged. And a lot of the textures had been removed. And by removed, I just mean like the total number of textures was smaller. So a lot of textures got reused. Some textures got removed, and then other, like, familiar textures replace them. Stuff. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, my attempt to color the inside of the ear there kind of failed a little bit, but that's fine. We'll just go over it manually. I'm gonna duplicate and convert to paint layer. That's probably the worst Doom port. I don't know. Like, from what I've heard, I think the Sega 32X version has like, it has a soundtrack that was, decisions were made. It's alarming because Doom has a very memorable soundtrack, and the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive has a really wonderful sound system, and a lot of really great video game music came from that system. And so why did these two things not perfectly match up and become like something amazing? Like, a Sega Genesis version of the Doom soundtrack should be awesome. And yet, it is not. There. Bye. There we go. And go ahead and... Oh! Nope. Alpha's already locked. Good. We're gonna paint in this area by hand. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Kinda... blend that together a little bit. A nice smooth transition. Really upsetting. Oh, jeez. Also, is the music too loud for anyone, or is it acceptable? I know I keep having to ask that, but I know that the music volume always ends up kind of different on the actual stream than what I hear. A little bit loud? All right, we're turning it down. There we go. All right. So normally I do the shading before I do the actual coloring. So we're gonna go back a step, and we're gonna go ahead and do the shading. Oops. All right. That's opacity, a whole bunch. Go. I just want to make sure that people can actually like understand the things I'm saying when I'm talking. If the music's like drowning out my voice, then that's a huge problem, you know? All right. Excuse me. Don't always understand what I'm saying. I also have issues with enunciating correctly, which is surprising because I've been doing this streaming stuff for like like a year and a half now, and I still have problems enunciating. So sometimes I'm just like, just kind of like not not certain about something. I'll just kind of mumble into the mic a little bit. Hope nobody hears it. Hi, Grillson. I think it's pretty good for top of the hair too. Yeah, normally we do it up here too. Little tiny bit. Kind of give enough there to kind of indicate the directionality of the hair. Ow! What? Alright, now shading on the rest of the body, which should be easier than the face, I hope. Because we only have like 7 minutes left. Ah! Well, 7 minutes, and then I start going overtime again, like I always do. I really should just start describing these streams as like hour and 15-minute streams instead of like hour-long streams, because I pretty much always go overtime. As long as I don't hit my hard cutoff time, that's fine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe setting the expectation that I'm going to go for an hour and 15 minutes is not the right way to go. Maybe I should just get up earlier. Start the streams at like 7:30 or something. That would require me actually being able to get up at 7:30 though. I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe I could get up really early, and then put it on, like start up the stream, put it on the starting soon screen, and then just leave it there for half an hour, and then start drawing. Yeah, that's maybe not. My goodness, some streamers have like a starting soon screen that they leave up for a really long time. Who gets up at 7:30? You know, when I worked at Google, I was getting up at like 4 a.m. I think. So that I could get out the door by like 5:30ish, somewhere around there. And by doing that, I could beat traffic going in. And so my commute into the Google office from, Santa Cruz was about 45 minutes, compared to if I left around like the normal human hours, it would be an hour and a half to get to the office. And I could also leave early, so I'd beat the traffic going home also. Yeah, it was tough. Bay Area traffic is it's not as bad as like LA traffic, but I mean LA traffic is some of the worst in at least in the country. But Bay Area traffic is not that far behind how bad like LA traffic is. It's not a contest to see who has the worst traffic, right? So, the option was either spend 3 hours of my life in traffic every single workday, or get up at like 4 a.m., go into work, come home at like, what, 2? 2 p.m.? 2 p.m., leave work, drive home, arrive home, go to bed like super early, do it again. But it was actually a really kind of interesting. It was an interesting sleep schedule to be in because I could do errands outside of work. So like places that I would need to go that would normally be closed uh, during non-business hours. You know, that basically like there are places that are only open during the times that I'm at work, right? And by having that kind of like sleep schedule, I was able to actually go to those places and run those errands because I would be free for most of the afternoon. So you know, for Google's credit, it's like they were basically like, yeah, as long as you're getting your work hours in, we're really flexible on core hours. Talk to your manager and all that stuff. They get really quiet in here all of a sudden. Almost like the music stopped. Oh no, there's a little bitty itty bitty bit of me. Ow. Okay, I think the track's just about to end, though. Can't hear the music anymore. The music is very quiet. I'm not gonna crank it up all the way because I know that the next track is gonna be like super loud if I do. Why don't I just like stop it early and switch to the next track? There we go. Oh, now it's too loud again. Oops. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Fixed. I really need to go back and take another stab at doing the audio equalization stuff. Um, Sounds like I can hear Showdown's voice in the song. Weird. I'm just hearing her voice everywhere now. You can always hear Showdown's voice. Is that her voice? Oh well, whatever. It does sound a little bit like it. Okay, let's do the. Oh, let's do the highlights later. Or at least a highlights layer. Trying to get Alexa's voice to be Showdown. No, like, okay, so Showdown sounds great in System Shock. You know what I really want to hear? Like, have you played or read I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream? I want to hear. I want. I want to play a version of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream where Am's voice is replaced with the TikTok AI voice. That would be terrifying. That would be so scary. That would be like the scariest AI voice for Am. I've seen a video on YouTube that's like Am's like intro like you know, monologue thing where he says how much he hates humans, but in the TikTok voice, and it's like, yeah, I want to see the entire game like this now. That's got to be just freakishly terrifying. Please, yes. I've actually beaten that game. I don't think I'm gonna go back to it and do it again unless there's some cool or interesting mod like that for it. And, like, don't get me wrong, Harlan Ellison plays a really great creepy computer. It's because he is creepy in real life. Or was creepy. He's dead now. Got our opacity here. Only read it. Yeah, I mean, the story is really, really short. The game is considerably longer. Haven't read it, but heard it discussed. Yeah, it's kind of one of those just little, you know, minor cultural touchstones, right? I think you can. I think the game you can pick up on GOG these days. This is not the kind of game I will be ever playing on stream, just to be clear. It's aggressively... Yes, absolutely. Like, aggressively bleak is a very, very good description of it. It is extremely just in your face with its bleakness. It's like Warhammer 40k could not match the grim darkness of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. It's really bleak. Yeah, at least in 40k there's the illusion of hope. In I Have No Mouth starts off in a situation that's completely hopeless and then it gets worse. In the book, like... In the book, all of the characters dying was considered, like, the merciful ending for them. And when I say the characters, that's actually, I'm referring to the last remnants of humanity also. Like, the fact that humanity died off completely was the happy ending to the story. Except for like the one character. Basically, like, okay, the book goes like this. This is spoilers to the book, or for the not the book, the story, the short story, not the game. So, in the short story, one of the characters basically murders all the others as an act of mercy. The game ending is completely different, of course, but and then because Am is so annoyed that that character didn't manage to die themselves, but Am being the evil computer, was so angry at that character for basically removing his little torture playthings that he turned that character into what's in the title. The creature with no mouth that wants to scream, like, as punishment. And that character's torture was going to be worse for all of eternity, pretty much, because Am was going to keep them alive indefinitely and just continually torture them forever. So now y'all know why I want to see a version of the game where Am's voice is replaced with a TikTok voice. Because that's what I feel every time I hear the TikTok voice. No, just kidding. Don't want to dilute the horror of that game that much. Yeah. Am was displeased, yeah. The video game has multiple endings though, so there are, let's just say that there's a lot more to the video game than there was to the book. And leave it at that. Some of those endings might be downright hopeful. Sort of. Maybe. Alright, are we done with the shading? I think we could probably do like an edge highlight pass to make everything like pop a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna do that after coloring. Let's get the oh. Wait, did I? Okay, great. I didn't color on the wrong layer. Awesome. Let's get that color, those color layers up. Whoop. All right, and done. No, just kidding. We're gonna take this. We're gonna select opaque, and we're gonna do my normal like flesh tone trick. So add a filter layer. It's gonna be map, gradient map. Not that gradient map. Oop, there we go. All right, a lot of the other colors can probably kind of stay for now. I think I'm gonna take the shirt though, opaque, and we're gonna turn that into another gradient. Filter layer, gradient map, truth gradient. Shoot, ended up inside the color thing again. There we go. Properties. Got a shirt made of flesh now, so we're gonna replace that with the blue. Just a really light blue on the end there. Oops. Darn it. I want the really saturated one right in the middle. There we go. Yeah, I've seen that video, Fia. I referred to it earlier. All right, I think that's actually good for the colors. So let's go ahead and do the eye coloring right now. Right, and I gotta go back and look at the reference material and make sure I get the eye color right. Is blue. Great, let's Go ahead and make a new group layer. Go. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. What? Oh, because we didn't get the mask, correct. All right. Oh. Go with saturated blue for the actual details here. Oh wait. A group layer inside a group layer, sure. And then that group layer is gonna have the alpha lock on it, and this one isn't. That one is. Okay. Eyes are like really complicated like groups of layers when I draw them for some reason. Can't imagine why. And the way I draw eyes keeps like changing every single time I do it. I used to do like a really, really simple thing that only works for line art, and then I kind of stopped doing that. And like actual coloring techniques for eyes is actually kind of complicated. We're gonna make a new layer on top of all that. There we go. This is gonna be a multiply, and we're gonna lock the alpha, or not, we're gonna inherit alpha, and then we're gonna shade using, it's gonna be like the color. That's not the right color either. There we go. Okay. Go back and do more eye details. Okay. Good. We're gonna have to put another layer on top of everything to do like the shiny parts of the eyes, though. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, what do we got left? We got 14 minutes until I gotta start work for the day, so, we're gonna go over the lines, and then we're gonna add, like, a highlight pass, and then I think we're done. Ow, what? Where is my line art layer? There it is. Okay, new, oop. Sample all visible layers, sure. That's Dark red. I need a snack before work? Nah. It would take too much time to find someone. I mean, something for that. Oh, hydrating. So I gotta turn the volume down again. There we go. Yeah, I can snack while at work too. I can go and pick out new snacks. I'll even have an alibi saying that I was at work. Oh, I mean, dang it! Twice in one stream. Sheesh. What? Sometimes snacks come into the room. That's true. True. Twice as many minutes. Yeah. I blame all of you. You're the ones making me do this. You're all accomplices. Like how we have this this sort of upbeat kind of upbeat like chase music or something, because we're almost out of time. Gotta finish before the clock runs out. Minutes. All right, we got 10 minutes left until I have to be at work. All right, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, filter, adjust. Gotta whiten up the lines on the shirt maybe a little bit. We're gonna darken the lines on hair. Tiny bit. Okay, good. Got another little thing for the amulet here. Okay. You gotta look what you made me do. Yeah. Thanks for head pats. Unlikely result. Okay. All right, we're gonna take. I'm just gonna take where's the color group? There it is. Take that, move out here, and then change the mode to base. And a transparent background on that. Yeah, okay, the highlight pass. Also, I think the music is too loud again. Okay, there we go. All right, the highlight pass. Let's add some cool, like, synthwave highlighting here. Is it synthwave highlighting or is it just bisexual lighting? I don't know. I guess it's both. Okay. What's the difference? Both is good. Yeah, both is good. Okay. Okay, that's one, and let's do the blue highlighting from the other angle. Green. Go. 7 minutes. Wait, 6 minutes. We can do this. We can do this. We can finish it. We can finish it and kick off the raid and say goodbye, and then I can grab a snack, and then I can finish my coffee, and then I can start work. There's time. There's time. There's definitely time. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, are we done? Are we done? Are we done? I think we're done. I gotta get to work. Ship it. That was one more thing we have to do, and that's the throw the filter over the entire thing to make all the colors forcefully match together. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Ship that. Like the kind of red tone a little bit there. Maybe I'll tone it down. There we go. All right. All right, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. I hope the person that this is for enjoys it. She knows who she is. Who we gonna raid today? Got a couple of other people. Well, thanks for being here. Oh no, ads. I watch ads. You know what? There's a streamer that I don't know at all. That I'd kind of like to raid. They are another snack tuber, apparently. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid someone new. I don't know this person. They seem cool. Let me get that raid message up. And let's kick off this raid. So it's Liuvik? I don't know. They're Snack. Should invite them to the SnackTuber Discord. Anyway, they're also doing art, so you know, double win. So yeah, let me kick off the. Whoa! What just happened? Okay, there we go. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining me for another weekday morning art stream. I really appreciate having y'all here. I really need to send y'all on your way because I need to get to work like right now. So love y'all. Say hi to this new person that I don't know yet. And I hope y'all all have a fantastic rest of your day. All right. Bye. Wait now.